Hey everybody, how are you doing? Second video for the day. If I was looking for an excuse to put two different videos out on the same day, this one is it. And I hate when they try to pass off news on a Sunday when people are watching football, spending time with family, doing whatever, thinking that we won't notice what the heck is going on here. So I'm going to put this link in the description of this video. It's a little disconcerting. So let me go ahead and state the obvious. 99 point whatever percent of people, of Americans, of human beings believe in their hearts and know in their hearts that child abuse and child trafficking are bad things. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the obvious out of the way. In these times of being constantly giving binary choices to have an opinion on everything, I refuse to conform. There's always more than one answer. However, again, if you're an American citizen, you need to read this. Basically what they're saying is, hey, there's child abuse and child trafficking crimes going on out there. And in some of these cases, cryptocurrency has been used. So what we're going to need is a backdoor key to all the proprietary information that you've put into, all the work that you've put into, all the blood, sweat, and tears that you've put into your technology. Yeah, we're going to need a key to that. Thank you, management. A little bit disconcerting to me. And this is from our Attorney General. A quote that is attributed to Ben Franklin, even though it's been butchered up a little bit. I think I got the closest version to what he actually said, which was, those who can give up essential liberty to obtain a little temporary safety deserve neither liberty nor safety. So for those that go, oh, well, if you've got nothing to hide, then you don't need to worry about it. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you. That's not how this works. Listen to Ben. The founding fathers right now are collectively all doing face palms. What? You want to do what? Under the guise of protecting abused children. And again, I don't know how many cases happen. It's disgusting. It upsets me more than anything. But under the guise of investigating that, we need to creep into every other corner of what's going on with your project, because you can't have a secret from Big Brother. On the very first night of my 28-day road trip, made it out of the state of Texas and into Raton, New Mexico, one of my favorite places, a very sentimental place for me. And the hotel that I found, it actually had a restaurant in it, and I thought everything was going to be really cool. I've been on the road all day. Let me go check in, throw my stuff in the room, eat, and then go to bed. So as I'm checking in, I noticed this sign, because the restaurant's right there, so I took a picture of it. I said, hey, all right, it's time to go to battle. So I came back, ate, got ready to go. They came by to ask me for my information, and I said, yeah, no, you don't need that. No, we have to ask for it. We will be asking for your name and phone number prior to leaving the restaurant as part of our requirement to participate in COVID-19 contact tracing. And like I was telling you in that political video that I did 3 days ago, the thing that concerns me the most about this whole thing, about this whole contact tracing thing, is how easily both sides just bent the knee and folded and went right with it. They started using those two words together, blah, 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 contact tracing, contact tracing, contact tracing. And all of a sudden, it's a foregone conclusion that we must and need to have that. Again, really, why? The disease has less than a 1% mortality rate. So why do you need to know who I'm having dinner with? Why do you need to know what restaurant I'm going to? Why do you need to know a motherfucking thing? Yeah, you don't, quite frankly. This is how we need to play it. If I feel sick, I'll go to the doctor. Stay the fuck out of my life. Leave me the fuck alone. Thank you. That's how this needs to go down. And I'm not participating in this form of fascism. I'm just not. Think back a couple of years ago, in the previous administration, they used the IRS as a weapon to go after their enemies, whether it be Tea Party affiliations or just conservative community clubs or whatever, but they went after them with the IRS, with audits, with this, with that. Like I said, who am I having dinner with? None ya fucking business. We need less government, not more. Smart criminals don't use Bitcoin. It's too easy to track them. It is too easy to track them. They don't use Bitcoin for that. Smart criminals. And again, for those that say, hey, well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you got nothing to worry about. Okay, so that law passes. Not too many feathers are ruffled. So the next day they pass a law. All right, so if you're a member in the Moose Lodge there in Paradise, California, yeah, we're going to need to take a look inside your house. Based on what? Well, you're a member of the Paradise Moose Lodge 227. And there's child extortion going on out there. So, sorry, yeah. Open the door, move on. Oh, you own a gun. Here's a warrant for all of your phone calls. We're confiscating the computers. Not that you've done any child extortion, but it's out there. And you own a gun. Oh, and we need to take the guns. Technically, it's called a shifting baseline. What they do is kind of like the bottom of the ocean, how over a period of time, things change. Almost invisible to the naked eye. Almost like if you have kids and you're around them, over a period of 3 months, especially if they're younger, you may not notice how much they're growing. But somebody who hasn't seen them during that 3 months, what's the first thing that they're going to say? Wow, you've gotten so much bigger. And then you as a parent take a step back and go, oh, wow, yeah, you have. Because you don't notice it, because the changes are so small, because the changes are so incremental that you don't even notice what they're doing. And for those that go, oh, well, what rights have you lost? Really? Really? You're not paying attention. You're not paying attention to the real game that's going on here. But old Benjamin nailed it. Fucking nailed it. I had a problem with the Patriot Act. I had a problem with the Patriot Act the way that it was enforced. I have a problem with the way that the Patriot Act was renewed. Again, guys, we need less government, not more. Less government. And it just reminded me of this one scene out of this one episode of West Wing. I'm going to leave you with this. You guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll talk to you later. Vaya con huevos.
It's not hypocritical, sir?
No.
Why not?
Because Sam is right. It's not that Larry Posner's movies have gratuitous sex and gratuitous violence. It's that they suck. They're terrible. But people go to see them because they have gratuitous sex and gratuitous violence. Now, if we could just get people to stop going to see crappy movies, Posner would stop making them, I promise you.
How's that strategy working for us in the war on drugs, sir?
Toby.
We are going to go out there and implore these people to step up to the plate and not be quite so casual with the awesome influence that they have. That's fantastic. But, sir, every time someone makes headlines by blowing thunder at this ridiculous target, it only serves as a criminal distraction in the pursuit of actual solutions. And let me just say one other thing. If I were an actor or a writer or a director or a producer in Hollywood, and someone were to start coming at me with lists of things that were American and un-American, I'd start to think that this was sounding eerily familiar.
Do I look like Joe McCarthy to you, Toby?
No, sir. Nobody ever looks like Joe McCarthy. That's how they get in the door in the first place.
Meltem Demirors, and I am Chief Strategy Officer of CoinShare. Today I'd like to discuss cryptocurrencies, mainly Bitcoin, and Bitcoin. Now Bitcoin, the Bitcoin network, Bitcoin. I thank you for your time and look forward to your questions.